Okay, today I'm going to be talking to you about the negotiation between Live Nation and Jay-Z, which happens to be one of my most frequent researches within the program because I find this negotiation deal to be absolutely amazing and the benefits for both parties. All right, so with Live Nation, as many might know, they're considered to be a concert giant. They are also one that promotes live events. They have a lot of ticketing that goes on within the events, and they also sell merchandise. That's what sets them apart from Ticketmaster and other smaller companies that do sell tickets and everything for concerts. They also promote a lot of live concerts. That's basically what Live Nation is about, is live concerts. And like I said, they already, they outbid Ticketmaster and everything with their ticketing and merchandise and promotions. Okay, so Jay-Z, as we all know, Jay-Z is considered to be the best rapper alive. There are many who debate that he's not, but there are also many who are in favor of him being the best rapper alive. He came out of retirement in 2007, roughly 2008 maybe, um, to begin this deal with Live Nation. He was also the president of Rockefeller and Def Jam, where at Rockefeller and Def Jam he did a lot of producing and managing of different artists, and he also was on the mainstream, the upcoming rising of different artists and everything, with bringing them into the Rockefeller Def Jam nation, as they would call it. He has a lot of number one albums. He has been dated to be back since the 1989, roughly 90, beginning with his underground records. So Jay-Z has been around for a very long time, especially dealing with the music industry. He has a lot of sold out concerts. Um, we have concerts that he has done with Kanye West. He's also done concerts with Justin Timberlake, and he's also headlined concerts himself, as in this past summer with the Magnum Carter Holy Grail concert, which I seen, and it was a phenomenal concert. Now the deal did entitle $150 million that Live Nation, was giving to Jay-Z over a 10-year span period. They also gave him 10 years to make three different albums, which is a very, very decent deal considering Jay-Z put out maybe four albums within his first 10 years. And he also has another 3 to 4 albums within the last 10 years. So he's been in the music industry for roughly about 20 years, maybe a little bit over 20 years. They also gave him a $25 million advance with this deal. And with the deal, also, they gave him the rights and everything to Rock Nation. Now, what many people may think about, okay, this was not a real negotiation because there was nothing to fight against because everything that Jay-Z could possibly want was given to him. He had to fight for getting Rock Nation. Rock Nation was something that he believed that he could bring to the industry and also help Live Nation so that they wouldn't have to rely on their own company as being the only company that was bringing in different artists and everything. So with Rock Nation, Jay-Z was able to sit down with them and say, hey, I have this talent. I'm able to bring in this X number of people, and we can get the show on the road with Rock Nation, Live Nation being what we tour and everything off of. So it was a wonderful deal because Jay-Z was able to present his idea to them as they were able to present their idea for live concert ticketing and merchandise to him so that he can be a part of the major deal. Now, the problem with this, and the major problem that I see, is the fact that Jay-Z is known to produce number one records, but there's also been a couple of records that have been hit and miss with him. Um, I see the Rockefeller Def Jam owing them one more album as a major problem because Jay-Z is getting older. His focus is not so much on making number one albums. Now, don't get me wrong, he can produce a number one album, but that's not his main focus. He is more so a businessman right now. And with him being so focused on Rock Nation and bringing new people in and changing the industry, the music industry, I do not see him as being focused on maybe a Rockefeller Def Jam album as he would be focused on maybe a Rock Nation, Live Nation album. Um, he could, however, produce one of the best albums for them and go down in history as being one of the best rappers that Rockefeller Def Jam has had, but he also can do himself a favor and produce the number one albums to which the brand that he belongs to now. Now, if he decides to do that, it's completely out of our hands, but I see that as one of the major problems within this negotiation. Now, we do know that Jay-Z, he is one of the main moguls. He has deals with Kanye West, one of his best friends. He's also been on tour this past summer with Justin Timberlake, and he has helped his wife, Beyonce, on several different tours. Which is a wonderful thing because we get to see him in different hats. We get to see him as, being a best friend, somebody that's just headlining the tour, and him being a husband. And it's a great thing. Many people look up to Jay-Z not because of his musical abilities, but because of his business aspect. Everything is treated as a business. And I can guarantee you that going into this negotiation, he was hesitant because he mixed, his business with his friend up against, something that would possibly make him a lot more money. So he jeopardized a lot of friendships going into the negotiation. But the one thing about Jay-Z is that many say that he is a hard worker and he is strictly about his business, and it does not conflict with his friendships or anything. So it could explain why him and Dame Dash, being the owner and founder of Rockefeller and Rockefeller Def Jams, they're still friends to this day. Now, is it worth it? Rock Nation is a total success. We have artists such as J. Cole, Shakira, Timberland, MIA, just to name a few, that are completely signed to Rock Nation. And then the collaboration within tours, like we said earlier, there's Justin Timberlake that he was on tour with this past summer of 2013. He's been on tour with Kanye West with the Watch the Throne tour. He's been in several appearances with his wife, Beyonce. So Jay-Z, he definitely is making his name known with the success. Now, with the negotiation altogether, I believe it was a smooth transition from the Rockefeller Def Jam deal, because within the negotiation, all Def Jam or Live Nation had to do was convince Jay-Z that he deserved to be out of retirement, convince him that he was above average and that he was capable of fitting the mold that they were trying to produce. To me, I believe that Live Nation was trying to get Jay-Z or anybody, for example, to be into a position where they can have a company up under them that they can manage, that is going to have a large scale of artists come through, where they can pick and choose who they want to do those live concerts with. To me, it just seems like Live Nation is just a constant revolving door. You have the record label and the promoters and everyone all together as one, where you don't have to reach outside the box to do everything. So I definitely see it as a success for both parties. Live Nation, I believe they went into it completely professional, considering that they did not just target Jay-Z. They targeted other artists such as Madonna and U2, and they have also shown and proved that they have been able to make a success out of these artists and everything. So I definitely think it was worth it. Jay-Z just happened to be one of the lucky ones who has scored another deal out of it that helped him in the inning, to continue having that revolving door of money and finances. So I hope you enjoy my presentation, and I absolutely love the idea and the concept behind the negotiation and the deal making between Jay-Z and Live Nation.